Good evening, welcome to Friday Night Live. We're here with Warren from NQ Explorers again.
G'day everyone.
So another fun-filled night tonight with some giveaways and lots of interesting things. So we thought we'd have a bit of a recap on last week. There were some questions about last week. And some questions about the, there was a number of questions really about the research topic we did. There is another way to do it, but I believe it's being closed down at some stage by the government. But so we'll go into that. And then we had a stack of questions we didn't answer last week, so we need to get hold of that. And then
Bit of basic detecting.
Bit of basic detecting and answering your questions. So,
But first Ben's going to tell us about how he got into detecting. He's a bit of a mystery man.
I am a mystery man. It was my grandfather. My grandfather was an old coal miner when coal mining was a shovel. So as a young bloke, that's what he did. And from that, I believe he always had a fascination of rocks and minerals and that sort of thing. And I remember as a young kid, he had this polished timber cabinet with like a butterfly cabinet with glass lid in it. He had all these gems and minerals and rock samples and all this stuff in it. And that sort of got me very, very interested in it. But then I remember him taking us out and panning, and I don't think he had a detector at that stage. But as soon as I could afford it, my first job, I went and bought the Minelab machine, the SD2200.
Oh, righto.
That was
the early pulse days.
Yeah, the early pulse days. And as a young bloke, you know, you don't get up quite early enough, and you know, the goldfields around Queensland here are 2 hours away, and you know, a few mates and I were involved in it, and it just sort of grew from there.
Yeah.
I put it down for a few years, and then it was probably 7 or 8 years ago that we put them. I've got a camping shop as well, and we put the metal detectors in the camping shop, and it was just, you know, it was like finding an old love.
Yeah, that's good. Well, they go together, don't they?
Exactly.
So you're an old bushman, basically.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but
a bushman anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you know, we had I just love getting out in the bush, and I mean, we were camping. We were doing stacks of camping, and this was just another thing to be involved with.
You still got the 2200?
No, I haven't. I sold it. I think I sold it. Oh, about 2 or 3. I think it sat around for 6 months.
Plenty of people still using them.
Yeah, and there was a guy actually asked me about one the other day, and I said to him through the week, and I said, it was a great machine.
Oh,
you know.
Well, because the 2000 was the gold rush.
Yeah. So, it was a fantastic. It was a fantastic thing to come back to.
Well, because the 2000 was the gold rush.
Here we go again. Technical issues. I'm good with technical issues.
It's got to mute a volume.
There we go. That should make it back here. So, well, we've got stacks of comments here already after me chatting about that. Cass here, Roy and Sue, hello. Greg, Philip, Roy. Nadia's back again. Nadia was in through the week as well. Simon, Brian, Noel, Roy, everyone's here. Ricky. So there's a lot of people here. So if you've got any questions,
fire away.
We're here to answer questions tonight. We chatted a lot last week. Too much talking.
No, we had a big topic to cover last week.
Yeah, exactly.
But this week, especially if you're just new into the hobby and you've got some basic questions, there's no such thing as a stupid question. We won't laugh at you.
No.
Ask away.
Yep.
Or even if you're just thinking of starting detecting anything that's like, you know, what machine you use where, what are you looking at, beach work, you're looking at bush work, you want to go prospecting.
Yeah.
We'll give you some recommendations.
Yep. And Brian here, Brian's got the perfect situation. He's sitting there watching the cricket. The cricket's on mute.
What's the
He's,
score?
Listening to the Foster.
Someone give us the score?
Yeah, we do need the cricket score if that's possible. Kerry's here and Donna and Mick. We seem to have a lot of Michaels and Micks.
No, there's a lot of mix.
Yeah.
A lot of Mick prospectors.
Yeah. We might just have to start a little club. Just Mick prospecting. So, yeah. Victor's here. G'day, Victor. Good to see you. Yeah. Oh, Brian's having a go at me for losing my hair. So, yes. You know, we won't get Warren to take his cap.
That's right.
So,
Sort of stress.
Yeah. And Jeremy's here too. Jeremy was in the shop today, and he actually he's actually got a Max, but his wife likes the look of a XP machine, a Deus machine.
Righto.
So nice and light, and yeah.
They're a pretty slick machine, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a good looking machine.
Very Euro.
Very Euro. That's right. Yeah. So anyway, what do we want to go for first?
Well, you're going to talk about was that Queensland Globes thing you're going to show us?
Yeah. Well, let's have a look
This
at
is
that.
just a continuation from last week.
So last week we talked about the
The government website.
the government website, and where you look at it, where you actually go in and look at it online. Now, a lot of people, a couple of people mentioned that that's not necessarily the best way to do it, and it's not the best way to do it. You can actually download something for what's this thing called again? Google Earth.
Queensland Globe.
Yeah, you can download Queensland Globe, and it's an overlay if you like to put up on Queensland Globe.
So sound back on now?
Yeah. Read the comments. Everyone's telling me to read the comments here, and I'm off on a tangent. So nothing new there. Me being off on a tangent. So yeah.
Everything's good now?
All good. Happy days.
Okay.
So,
There's a few technical issues in these early stages.
oh, absolutely. If you've watched any of them, they always have technical issues. So.
Okay, so we've got the sound sorted out. Brian was asking about using a metal detector on riverbanks. What do you recommend panning?
Well,
We're looking for gold, obviously.
looking for gold. Like, I think you'd want to do both.
Yeah,
Quite often, if I'm going into a new area, I will leave the detector in the car and pan up the creek
yep.
and see if I can get some colour. And what I'm actually looking for is I'm actually looking for the colour to stop.
Yeah.
Or there be much less.
Yep.
Because then I know that there's gold
So the gold's come in.
shedding up the creek,
Yeah.
up the hills a little bit.
And
So
it'll also depend on whether that area you're in, I don't know where you are, Brian, but if it's nuggety gold and it's detectable, then you'd probably start with the detector.
yeah,
But there's so much of Australia, it's just fine gold, which is never going to be detectable.
yeah,
But you can get tons in a pan or a rocker box or a sluice where you can use them.
yeah,
So it would depend on the gold field you're in. Often you find cut, like you get those riverbanks or the creek banks where you've got a big cut and you can see there's an old stream bed exposed
Yeah.
or like an old deep lead in effect.
Yeah.
Worth detecting the wall of the creek.
absolutely.
Ground balance onto the wall sideways. And there's no reason, especially those old stream beds where you've got a bit of bedrock and you've got water-worn gravel. I'd be detecting the walls of the creek, but I mean you'll always get something in a pan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the old, particularly when you're detecting, if you're seeing quartz and ironstone, you know, and I tend to like a change in country, change in the colour of the country, or a fault line, or
Metamorphic zones.
yeah, exactly. If you're seeing all those sorts of things, I tend to get the detector out.
Yeah.
And you know, it tends to lead me to lead me to that.
Yeah,
So,
and it's a matter of looking in the right place in the creek too.
yeah.
I mean, you can find gold anywhere pretty much, but
Yeah.
you can maximise your chances like that video we did of looking at
Yeah.
your traditional spots, your low pressure zones and inside bends. If you're finding that you're getting good pickers in the pan, there's a chance that there's some nuggety stuff that the detector will pan.
Absolutely. Some of those pickers you can actually hear with a detector.
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
thing. So, and Warren made a pretty good two-part series on how to find gold. It was based out of
We did that at Jericho. Yeah, that was...
I starred in it,
Yeah,
of course.
right.
You know.
Right, here's some more questions.
More questions.
Okay, Philip, Western New South Wales. You get reading for gold but scan back. What was that question? Oh, okay. So you might be getting ground signals there, mate. If you're not getting a repeatable signal in both directions, I assume that's your question.
Yeah.
It's probably ground.
Yeah.
And you can always ground balance ground out. But normally you'll find that it doesn't matter what machine you're using, if it's pulse or VLF or what size coil, ground will generally be a rounded signal, and a target is usually a really sharp, distinctive, repeatable both ways. I mean, that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Because you can get some really hot spots, or a hot rock, for example, which can be just like a metal target, which it's a magnetic target. It pretty much is a metal, you know.
Yeah.
So if you're only getting a scan in one direction, I mean, you should investigate everything in the goldfields, but if you've been out there for hours and you're getting these false readings and one direction detection, it's probably ground. So you're out of ground balance. Or that doesn't mean you've done anything wrong, but the ground's changed rapidly. Like it can change within metres or millimetres.
And then some machines have a tracking function on them as well.
Yeah.
So if you've got a tracking function, or it's a quick tracking function, what you can actually do is you can track out the signal. Like particularly on that fine gold, if you go over it and over it and over it and over it, and then all of a sudden it starts to go
wipe
away,
the signal.
You'll track the signal out.
So that's on a machine with an automatic, or any machine. If you've got tracking turned on your machine, we're talking about pulse here.
Yep.
If your tracking's turned on and you starting to get good targets, I would suggest turn the tracking off.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the machine tracking. Once you're pinging targets, like Ben said, if it's a weak signal, it can be tracked out, because what will happen is the machine, as you're waving, the machine will balance the tracking will take the signal away.
Yeah.
Not on VLFs though.
No, it's only on
Only
pulse
on pulse.
machines.
Yeah.
And like most of that gold with the VLF, you'll get ground noise with a VLF, no trouble at all.
Yeah.
But most of the ground noise, you can't get a repeatable, same signal in a direct 90 degrees.
And ground noise tends to be like a round drummy sound. It's not a whip sound like you get off a target. Depends where you are, but ground noise can be pretty severe. Like Ben just said, VLF machines, which is a constant wave metal detector, it's always transmitting, inherently will be noisier than a pulse machine in the goldfields. Just will be.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter how much you pay for a VLF. You're going to get to a point where you probably have to go to pulse, depending on the ground you're in.
You can use them though.
You can
like even through all that noise.
You can use them anywhere, but that's right. But you're going to have to just work with it and run them with a lower sensitivity or something.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's see if anyone is still here.
Yeah, get off Google and put it.
Live video has ended. Okay, guys, I think we're back. I don't know whether anyone's
actually
watching, or you've given up on us. Who could blame you? We went dead on air there for a minute or two. So let's
Audio appears good. If there's anyone watching still.
Yes.
Okay.
That's great.
Thanks to the faithful.
Mick and Teresa.
Thanks,
Kerry, love your work. So it looks like it's just you guys at the moment. So that's good. It's a more intimate affair now.
Yeah.
So
Smaller room.
Smaller room, yes. So have we got?
So with the Queensland Globe thing, you've sorted that out?
Well, let's
just stay away.
It seemed to happen when we went to Google. So
we're not going to touch anything.
Let's just abandon that for tonight. And yes, Jeremy, you're right. Aussie Bloke Prospector does have a video on YouTube that explains Q Globe really well.
Okay.
Yeah. So have a look at that. Yeah. Just had to change frequency, Michael says.
Yeah.
We were out of ground balance, Michael.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
With the tracking tractors right out.
So thanks for sticking with us, Cassie and Freddie. So right. So have we got any questions there? No?
Just about the technical issues.
Just the technical issues, yes. So,
So what you were talking about doing something on, you had some questions during the week about what detector for what environment.
yeah, I get, the biggest question I get is, I've never done it before, what detector should I, what's the best detector?
Yeah.
And it's a really funny, it's a funny question, simply because it depends really on two things. It depends on budget and it depends on what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got $500 to spend and want to go beach detecting, it's a completely different machine if you've got
Exactly.
$2,500 and want to go beach
Yeah,
detecting. So, how do you answer that question?
How do I answer that question?
Because you'd get it too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, look, to be honest, no one's ever built the perfect metal detector. Like, there's a lot of really good companies making metal detectors. There's a few really big companies that we all know about and familiar with. And in a lot of cases, it's like fishing. Like, there's certain rods and reels for certain applications.
Yeah.
There are some very good metal detectors that will handle most of the environments really well, but you do have very specialised machines for certain tasks. So the answer is, there's no answer to the question, because if you just want to do hardcore prospecting, there are a lot of very good prospecting machines, VLF and Pulse, but it depends on your budget.
Yeah.
And
Well, you can go and spend 10 grand.
you can spend 10 grand on a Minelab 7000 if you wanted.
Yeah.
You probably, if you want to go prospecting, you want to spend at least over 1,000. Like, anything under that's going to be a bit of trouble. You need a ground balancing metal detector.
That's the key to it, isn't
Yeah.
it? When you go to the prospecting, you need a machine that can tune the ground
Yeah,
because it's so heavily mineralised.
Yeah.
So, so that's the big issue.
Yeah. So if you just want to, if you're a hardcore beach person, you're not an inland person at all.
Yeah.
A lot of good VLF machines on the beach, but Pulse will go a lot deeper on the beach. But of course, you won't have discrimination.
You got to dig every
You've got to
target.
dig every target. That's not a bad thing, but it can be a bad thing
Yeah.
if you haven't got much patience.
We were just looking at old Infinium earlier with the big coil on it, and you know it goes ridiculously deep.
I've dug bobby pins and at the beach from the 1950s, I'm pretty sure, like 3 feet deep. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's such a good machine on the beach because it's pulse induction. Pulse induction just loves salt because it attenuates the pulse, and particularly those linear targets like nails and bobby pins. Infinium love those.
Yeah.
Because you can actually hear the pulse echoing on. You can tell if it's a linear rider once you've used the machine a bit. But yeah, it depends where you want to go. If you want an all-purpose do-everything machine, there are machines that do that, but there are some very specialised machines for specialised environments.
Yeah.
So Jeremy's got a question: what headphones for salt water?
Yep. So there's probably not a lot of difference between. You want a waterproof headphone, so there's not a lot of difference between waterproof headphones, and really you need to stick to the brand of detector you need to get. So if you've got a Garrett detector, you need the Garrett plug and the Garrett waterproof plug. If you've got a Minelab one, I'd suggest you go to the Minelab waterproof plug. So that's that sort of answers headphones.
Yeah, I mean, there's two ways you can detect in water. One is with your machine fully submerged and land headphones cabled to the machine.
Yep.
Or you go snorkeling or scuba diving,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
the old Infinium 200 feet. I mean, that's serious scuba diving.
Yeah.
Now the new machines, like something like the Garrett AT Max, it's got the Wi-Fi headphones. The laws of physics, Wi-Fi does not work in water.
Yep.
So you have to get a cable if you want to submerge the machine, because you won't get any audio. Or you got to, and if you want to submerge your whole head and everything, you'll need waterproof headphones.
Yeah.
So depends how hardcore. Like, a lot of people don't want to go snorkeling for underwater.
Yeah.
But if you just want to get the machine in the water and keep your head out of the water, you can be up to your chest in water. You can, and keep your head out of the water. You can use your standard land headphones, but they have to be cable because you can't use a wireless transmission system underwater.
Yep. Yep. So, we got anything else there?
Robin wants to know a good base level detector for her husband.
And this is the question, right? Because
Look at a 400i Garrett, maybe.
yeah, this is the real question, because Robin, what do you like? What does he like doing? Does he like going to the beach? Does he like coins or old World War II sites, or does he want to do prospecting? Like you were talking about a 400i there, the Garrett 400i. Like it will struggle out in the goldfields.
Yeah.
Like it's not a perfect machine.
It's a fixed ground balance.
Yeah. So, and same in the salt water, in the wet sand on the beach. Geez, it's virtually unusable. So it really does depend on what your what your husband wants to do. And I think a ground balancing machine, the cheapest ground balancing machine, I think there's one from Bounty Hunter.
Okay.
That's about $749. I think it's the Land Ranger Pro.
Land Ranger Pro,
yeah. It's probably the cheapest of the ground balancing.
So if you don't even, if that's too advanced for, if you don't know anything about detecting, ground balancing means tuning out the ground, because it's particularly salt and also iron, green stones and most rocks return a signal to a VLF metal detector, so you have to tune the ground out, or the metal detector thinks it's metal.
Yeah.
So once you've neutralised the ground, then it will hear the metal in the ground, but that's what ground balancing is. Freddie wants to know what do you recommend for inland New South Wales? You've got some really highly mineralised areas in inland New South Wales. I was down there at Tibooburra in July in the goldfields. That's some really chattery ground. You need a good ground balancing metal detector, even if you're only looking for relics.
Yeah.
You need to, because Western New South Wales is heavily mineralised most parts, because you think about all the minerals that are out there, Cobar with the copper and Broken Hill, for heaven's sake, world's biggest mine.
Exactly, yeah.
So you need a good ground balancing metal detector, so you're going to be up around the $1,000 mark again.
Yeah.
Because, the fixed ground balance machines like the Aces in the Garrett range, they'll work, but you'll have to dumb them down a bit.
Yeah.
You'll reduce your sensitivity.
And therefore you're reducing your depth.
Reducing your depth.
Yeah.
You can't help yourself a bit with those machines by using a double D core. Well, if the 400i has got a double D core.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See, that stuff there, that's ironstone. And you put a magnet to that, it just all gathers up to the magnet. So that's the sort of country you're detecting in, that ironstone, gravelly stuff that is just so magnetic, it's crazy. So
Now, Kerry's got a question. What's a good detector for a learner looking for gold?
well, AT8.
Well, I'm going to say what's not good, it would be a pulse induction machine, because if you'd never picked up a metal detector, look, there's plenty of people that buy a pulse as their first machine, but a pulse induction machine like a Garrett ATX or any of the Minelab SD GPs are very advanced metal detectors. And if you don't know, because you've got to discriminate, it's a hard place to start. It's a high end to start at.
Because you've got to dig every target, and you've got to be listening to you've really got to listen to the sound and get used to the sound and what the sound is telling you to try and get any information back on it. The beauty of a VLF is it tells you what's going on, or it gives you some indication.
What I'd say to that is, when I first started metal detecting, involve yourself and do a bit of reading on the boring theory of it. I mean, you can treat a metal detector like an iPhone, just switch it on and it works. That's fine. I don't want to know how the iPhone works as long as it works. But with metal detecting, particularly for gold, you really should look at some of the theories of how metal detectors work. And I'm not talking about the physical formulas. I'm just talking about, well, what's the difference between a pulse and a VLF? How do they return the signal to the machine? What's discrimination do? How does it work? Because that makes you better informed in your purchase. Because, like, if you bought a pulse machine, like an ATX as your very first metal detector, plenty of people do, it's a really steep learning curve. It's a simple machine to use, but it's a difficult concept to master.
To understand what the machine's actually telling you. The beauty of a VLF machine, and there's a couple of comments there about I saw them here a minute ago about the tips for using a VLF machine, like Michael talks about AT Max and those sort of machines. But if we do a general VLF thing, I find that if you get a repeatable signal in both directions, no matter what the screen's telling you, you really need to investigate. Is that how you operate?
Yeah, for sure. And like, as you know, with little gold on a VLF, often you don't get a target ID. Until you're right on it with your coil. And like out at Warwick there, you were getting double O's and 01, which is just, the ground was given the same reading as
Exactly.
the target, but the audio was there.
Yeah. So the audio was giving a repeatable signal
Yeah.
in both directions. When it was ground noise, you were getting a good strong signal in one direction. You'd come around the other way, and it'd be much quieter or
Yeah.
hardly there at all. That's a general noise. Generally, that's ground noise.
Yeah. And the other critical thing there is target recovery, because you can make a real mess of things
Oh.
and leave gold behind
Yeah.
because you've buried the gold in a deeper pile of dirt than it was originally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you lose the signal, oh, it's gone, it was just ground, but it wasn't, it was a target. Because I have been to places where you dig around in someone's old dig hole and there's gold in the mower
Yeah.
pit.
Yeah.
And they've missed, well, they thought they had a piece of gold and they did, but they left
dug
it
it
there.
out. Yeah,
They left
exactly.
it there and walked off.
You were saying that's what it's like at Tipperburra, wasn't it?
Tipperburra was
just
like that.
small gold.
Tiny gold, what they were calling micro nuggets, Tipperburra, micro nuggets. So you're down, less than 0.1 of a gram.
Yeah.
You got to be really, you just got to get in the zone. Then there's a lot of noisy ground.
Yeah.
VLF, like we said earlier, any high end, you're going to pay a lot of money for a good VLF, and it will still be chattery in certain situations.
Yeah.
But there's certain techniques you can use. Get to know the machine you've got. Because most machines will have certain techniques where you can maximise your chances. Things like that side ground balancing with the max.
Yeah.
Where you can
That was a
your ground
great
balance when
tip.
you-
That was a great tip through the week.
That makes a huge difference on the beach and in the goldfields.
Yeah.
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 Got another question from Kim. Your opinion on the Garrett GTI 2500? Boy, it's just an awesome machine. I had one for years and years. It's got that target imaging. It's just a unique feature. No other machine's ever had it.
Yeah.
Absolutely ripper machine if you're in, particularly in a modern park, and you don't want to make big holes. You never dig a can, because cans give you great signals.
Big signals.
And you don't want to be doing that in a public park. GTI 2500, it'll hit a coin red hot every time, and you get the target ID with the size.
That machine also had wasn't it the 2-coil machine?
Yeah, the double, you get the 2 box for it.
2-box for
Yeah.
it. And it was designed for hunting
And I've got
big
the original
cages.
one with the torque.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was a hell of an annoying thing. This is an American chick telling me what. It just drove you mad. You had to turn the talking off.
Yeah.
GTI 2500 it is one of the most underrated Metaltech. It's got so many features. It's got a few years on it now. But, I think it runs at around 8.5 kilohertz.
Yeah.
But she's just got some features, and that imaging system really, really works. Brilliant on relics.
That would have been, that's been gone probably 8 years now, 7 or 8 years, I suppose.
Oh, there's still Garrett still make them.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Still in the catalogue.
Yeah.
That was Charles Garrett's great flagship.
Was it?
And you can hip mount the battery pack. It's got a lot of features like that.
Yeah, unclipped or
Yeah,
something.
unclipped, you put it on your belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good machine. Hello to Brett. We're saying hello to Brett. Greg, hope you enjoyed the dinner.
Greg missed half of it. And
Oh,
I
okay.
think Greg might be the only one who didn't see our technical issues because he ducked off for dinner.
It's look really slick here.
Yeah. We're pretty flashy, yeah. So he ducked off for dinner and he's back now. So
Okay, Teresa and the XP Deus with the wireless coils, are they good in water? Yeah, the XP
I
Deus,
haven't. Am I?
Yeah.
I haven't used it in water myself, but I know the coils are waterproof. But I would expect them to be water. A coil being in water doesn't really affect
No,
how
no.
it performs. So they're waterproof coils, so they
Can
would
you use it in
perform.
salt water?
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yep.
Deus is all right on the
Yep.
beach. Yeah.
And they've got with the Deus, they've got you'll probably know this if you've got a Deus, that there's a program, you just turn it to the beach program
Oh.
and away you go.
There you
It's
go.
very,
Very
simple.
Euro.
Yeah, very Euro. So,
Greg, what is MindLab like?
well, Mind Labs, they make good
They
machines.
make very good metal detectors.
I've never worked there, I don't know what they're like to work with, but they make very, very good machines, no doubt about it. And the 2 leading companies in the world are Garrett and MindLab, without a doubt.
They're
in
the
the
2
world.
biggest metal detecting companies
Yeah.
by a long chalk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I tend to tell people to stick to those big brands.
Yeah.
I have been playing, as we were talking about the XP Deus. That's opened my eyes up a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
that's a good quality machine, a really good quality machine. But
Well,
You know,
MindLab's really
yeah.
like it. They've been around for so long.
Yeah.
Quality machines.
Yeah.
You've only got to look at the track record of the finds that people have made with MindLab metal detectors.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, you buy you buy a $600 Minelab machine, you buy a $600 Garrett machine. Geez, it's a bit Holden and Ford.
Holden and Ford.
You know, like
What I always say about metal detecting, and it probably doesn't apply to your big box store $80 job, but
No.
they're 90% operator a metal detector.
Yeah.
You know, a good operator with experience on a cheaper detector will run rings around someone who
just bought a $10,000 machine.
Exactly. Yeah. The machine's only is part of it. It's just a tiny part of the equation, really.
Yeah. And there's not a huge difference.
No.
Like if you get good at it, there's not a huge difference between $2,000 Garrett machine and $2,000 any brand machine,
That's right.
sort of thing. As long as you stay away from.
And you can't. There's plenty of side-by-side comparisons of machines on YouTube. I tend not to give them too much credence because pulse machines, air tests on pulse machines don't make any sense at all.
No.
And anyone who's ever been into the bush, not just prospecting but relic hunting, knows that real-world conditions are nothing like test beds and people's sheds.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't add up to say, oh, this machine's better than that by 2 or 3 inches, because out in the bush there's so many factors at play.
Yeah.
Apart from the capabilities of the machine, there's the swing method.
Oh.
Where's your core going?
Yeah.
Is the grass too long? Is it all rivety and divvy and you're losing depth all the time? There's so many factors at play, and in the end, particularly for gold, you've got to walk across it with the coiler. You're never going to find it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like that patch that we found out at Warwick, I found the very first piece, right? And there was pieces of gold being found. There was 5 of us there. Everyone found gold. I think we ended up about 20 or 30 pieces out of that patch.
It was half an ounce.
Yeah. And I found one piece. Like,
What's your point here?
well, I'm hopeless.
No, you were spending too much time on the camera.
Well, I was doing a bit of that.
The thing about that was one of those days where every target was gold.
Oh.
It's pretty amazing.
It was just.
It's just a lot of fun.
But that's how it is some
Yeah,
days. Like
yeah.
it just wasn't my day that
No,
day.
yeah.
And the next time we went out there, I think I got 2 pieces and you got 1.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just
Just depends how you hold your tongue.
exactly. So
Now, Lara wants to know what are ideal areas for gold. I'll throw that over to you.
oh, thanks, mate. So you're looking for highly mineralised areas. You're looking for areas. I like looking for areas that have got quartz and ironstone, and so you're looking for dirty quartz. I haven't actually got any
Well,
here with me. No, that's
you probably need to go to this sounds ridiculous, but if you go to a gold field,
yeah.
I'm not trying to be smart, go to somewhere where gold's been found in the past. I mean, there's no reason you can't go raw prospecting and
Absolutely.
find gold anywhere in Australia, but do your research and look at your local gold fields, and whether or not your local gold field was nuggety gold or it was reef gold. Like some gold fields are just reef gold and there's no detectable gold.
Yeah,
Like, you know what
exactly.
I mean? Yeah.
And like Warren's got a good video that he's put out, 2-part series on his YouTube channel that is phenomenal, partly because of who stars in it.
No, there's plenty of info in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of info in there. And then YouTube's a fantastic resource. And if you want to talk to me about it, just pick up the phone and ring me.
Just give us a ring.
You know,
Or
like,
we're both contactable on Facebook.
yeah,
Just send us a message.
and we can get right into it.
Okay, Tricia wants to know when the next dig is. Assume you mean out at
Warwick.
Warwick.
Well, we haven't planned anything. It'll be in the new year. It won't be March and it won't be January.
No. Well, it won't be. It may be February.
It may be February.
Depends on how hot it is or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it gets pretty hot.
Yeah, February, right?
Yeah.
Now, Victor wants to know, what do you think of the 2 new Minelab machines? You can deal with that one.
I don't know. No idea, Victor.
I guess you're talking about the Equinox
And the Gold
and
Monster.
the Gold Monster.
Yeah.
Haven't touched one.
Neither have I. I see, like the Equinox, I don't even think's out yet. So I don't think anyone's
No.
touched one.
The
So,
Gold Monster, is it on the streets? It might be.
I think it is.
Yeah.
And
Well, Gold Monster's VLF.
some people love it. And I have heard some negative about it, but that's the same with every machine.
It's always the same, and especially a new machine where some people don't know how to use it properly.
Oh, yeah.
Like the 7000 cost a lot. It got a lot of flack early on, but people just weren't programming it right. And
Absolutely, and all of a sudden now it's really smashing goal.
Now, hello to Robin and your 9-year-old son watching us.
G'day.
Thanks, Robin.
G'day, Robin.
Sorry we went through that technical issue phase.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Okay, James, do you have... It is Ben's fault, actually.
Yeah.
James, do you have any beginners classes for kids?
Well, we don't.
The digging day would be...
The digging day would be
doing.
sensational. And James, if you're local to Browns Plains, I'm more than happy to. We've got a park across the road from the shop here, so I'm more than happy to go over to the park particularly with the kids and give them a run
the kids
around.
Are great to get the kids out on
Absolutely.
have a kids day somewhere. We could actually do that. Not necessarily in the bush, maybe on the beach or even
Yeah. Or even in the park.
in the park somewhere in central everyone.
Yeah. And
Now-
just have a kids' day.
Now, Robin wants to know, is a vintage Metrotech transistorised metal detector worth buying? I haven't heard
Worth
of this,
anything?
Robin.
Oh,
Look, generally those old machines, it's a bit of a false economy because if it could be an even older VFO, I don't really know what that is.
I mean, I don't know what it is either, but most of them are wall hangers, so you wouldn't use them. You can go and buy a $300 machine now that'll outclass it. So that would be my suggestion: is if it needs fixing, don't spend any money on it. If it's cool looking, there is collectors that collect them.
No, it's another hobby, collecting metal detectors.
But don't spend a lot of money.
No.
Don't spend $500 trying to fix it up because the
it's-
technology's come so far.
You probably wouldn't go metal detecting with it.
No,
Now, Tricia wants to know when quartz is falling down the hill, do you go detect up or down?
I detect it all.
Yeah, up, down, sideways, backwards, whatever.
Yeah.
Because the thing about Australia, with the continent of Australia is so old, 2 billion years.
Yeah.
So the Great Dividing Range was probably higher than the Himalayas 30 million years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, these quartz reefs have been spread far and wide, and and it's been folded and faulted into all the volcanic activity. I mean,
And ice.
the
moved
big
it all
ice ages
around.
have scratched it and moved it, and I would not put anything. Nothing's off the table with gold, really.
Yep.
Especially up in the North Queensland. So the last eruption up there volcanically was only I think it was 15,000 years ago, which isn't long geologically.
But what I would say, Tricia, is I would say attack it a little bit strategically. So I would start, if it's at the top of the hill, I would start over the back of it where there's no quartz.
Yes.
And then work your way down the
Because
hill.
you're getting no targets above the reef.
Yep.
See, the point is, if it's only been shedding for a couple of million years, well, all the stuff might be downhill.
Absolutely.
But if it's maybe 10 million years ago, it was shedding both sides of the hill. I don't know.
Exactly.
You know what I
And
mean?
the quartz is decomposed,
That's
it's
right.
only sand now.
Yeah,
So, and all the quartz could have been in the very top of that
Yeah,
reef.
yeah.
And now that's decomposed into just
Yeah.
sand and the gold sitting in the sand.
Yeah.
You've got to really check the whole
Yeah.
area and work your way
So
down.
in a lot of ways, to me, a lot of the books on gold prospecting are American,
Yep.
and in America's such a young continent that the mountains are still new
Yeah.
and they're still getting built.
Yep.
Here, all those theories apply, but you've got to add a billion years to it or something.
Yeah.
And now we've just got these stumps of a mountains and this flat continent
Yeah.
where everything's been spread far and wide and out to sea and all over the shop.
Yeah.
So don't take anything off the table. Go hit both sides of the hill.
Yeah.
The reef could come out the other side. You often see these old timers working
absolutely.
where they pop out the other side of the mountain.
Yeah, they've chased the
Yeah.
gold all the way through out.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, Jason says hello, boys. G'day, Jason.
hey, Jason, how you going, mate?
Okay, Brian, is it gold in Tasmania? Definitely.
Yes.
There's gold northwest and northeast
Have you
Tasmania.
detected it?
No, I haven't
Yeah,
detected it
neither have
in
I.
Tasmania. I've only read about it. I've been to Tasmania, but I haven't been prospecting with a metal detector.
That's maybe where we can take our tag
along tours to
that
Tassie
we were talking
in the dead of
about.
winter.
In the dead of winter.
In the snow.
That'd be hard to
I know
see.
up around in the northeast there's definitely gold. You can and there's lots of good gemstones and stuff up in there too. Northwest is really heavily mineralised. That's where all the old mines are.
Northwest, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely gold in Tassie. You don't hear about big nuggets coming out of Tassie, but that's not to say there's no big nuggets.
No, that's right.
Because all those reefs that disappear into Bass Strait come out in Victoria.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
I wonder what the is the geology that.
Well, the land bridge was there at some point.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be interesting to look
Because
at
there's actually some islands. I can't think of the name of the island now. There's an island in North Queensland off in the Barrier Reef National Park, but you can't detect there.
Yeah.
It's got a gold mine on it.
Yeah.
It's just an island in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And the reef just comes up and into the ocean. And
Oh, really?
there's an old mine there in the 30s or something. So, like, you know, there'd be tons. Imagine the gold reefs under the ocean. The gold that no one's ever going to get to.
Yeah.
So-
Well, the 80. I saw a stat the other day. 80%. Humans have only found 20% of the gold that's
Yeah.
in existence, I reckon.
Yeah. So it's not even rare, really, is it?
No, it's pretty cool.
What are we looking
Yeah.
for that for?
Yeah.
So, get to gold in Tasmania, definitely.
Yeah.
I want to hear about a big gold strike by Brian in Tasmania.
That's exactly
We'll
right.
be all down to have a look at it.
Yeah. I'm going to
Okay.
tag along to it.
Robin, what's your thoughts on the Xterra?
Xterra is a good machine.
VLF metal detector?
VLF.
I think the Equinox is replacing the Xterra range, isn't it? Is it?
I think so because they've numbered it.
There's a couple with three Equinoxes.
Yeah.
So there was originally Xterra 30, 50, 70, and then there was this 3055, 505, 705.
Yep.
Very good VLF discriminating metal detector.
Yep.
Like any VLF, depends on where you're using it. Salt water and gold fields, highly mineralised soils. It's going to get to a point where you're going to have to adjust it.
It's a good coin shooter and in the old World War II sites.
Yeah, good.
You know, like
easy to use.
Yeah.
Good value for money.
Yeah.
And there's lots of cores available. I think there's even aftermarket stuff. you can get for
there is.
Xterra.
Yeah. There's aftermarket calls for everything, except for Deus. I found out today.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What do you guys think of AT Max?
I love an AT
Love
Max.
AT Max.
I love Max. Max is just
What we were saying earlier about there's no one machine to do everything. That's probably the closest machine I've
Yeah.
seen to doing everything.
yeah.
Because if you start at the spectrum of metal techniques, salt to ironstone, it's just fabulous on the beach and in the water. Like if you side balance on that sand, it is one of the quietest VLFs I've ever used on the beach. Fantastic on the beach.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
Like
It's a real forte on the beach.
and
with the wireless headphones, fantastic.
out in the gold fields.
And the goldfields, usually the beach machine is no good in the goldfields,
Yeah.
and vice versa. But this machine, we've dug stuff all over the beach, and we've found gold. I've found gold in 3 states with it, so it's a great machine.
Well, it's just incredible.
Although I will say, if you want to go prospecting with it, put that little double D on it. Put
Yeah,
the
yeah.
5x8 on it because the stock coil.
It's too
is hearing too much ground.
Yeah. It's too big, so it gets noisy then.
Yeah.
You put, out in the gold fields, you put that little coil on it. She doesn't go quiet, but she's very, very usable and
Okay.
fantastic.
Victor
So-
wants to know what type of detectors do you guys use? Well, I use all the Garrett's. I've got every one of them.
Yep.
I think I've got 15 metal detectors. And that's
15.
not counting the great pointers. I've got an LG TI, I've got the Infinium, I've got a couple of the old Asus and that's what,
Yeah.
But I use Garrett, but I mean that's, like Ben said earlier, the two really big monsters in the market are Garrett and Milo, which is Ford and Oldham.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with either of those brands, they're quality brands.
I used to use. I've still got a Fisher F75.
Oh yeah.
It was good on small gold.
Gold bug or, yeah.
But I've sort of put that away now with the Max. I am playing with the XP Deus, but I tend to use the Garrett machines as well. But that's, I've owned Mine Labs before.
Yeah.
I've owned.
You
I
cut the
started
teeth
out
on
with
a Mine
a
Lab.
SD2200.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, Greg, this is a good question. I found gold around alluvial tin and Ewan. Does gold normally find its what? Oh, you'll find it. I know the Ewan area, mate.
Where's Ewan?
West of Townsville,
Oh, okay, yeah.
northwest of Townsville.
Yeah.
Oh, good old ghost town out there. Actually, the Ewan races, that was the famous old race meeting. But anyway, they're good for relics. Alluvial tin and gold often occur in the same place. Because alluvial tin, there's a lot of gold in North Queensland and there's so much tin. Alluvial tin, the tin scratches are all over North Queensland. Like Townsville all the way to the top of the Cape.
Yeah.
And there's gold all through that area too.
Yeah.
So you can actually find tin nuggets with your metal detector.
Yeah.
Native tin. Yeah.
And what you're looking for is, to find gold, you're looking for highly mineralised areas. Well, that's where
Yeah.
tin, gemstones,
Yep.
silver, tungsten. Like there's a tungsten mine that I know of that's just opening up.
Platinum, if you really.
One of the
Yeah.
one of the byproducts of it is gold.
Gold.
You know,
And most copper mines produce gold.
gold. So
The thing is, because it's alluvial tin, it's deposited the same way as gold is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're looking in all the right places to find gold.
yeah, yeah,
'Cause if you're looking for alluvial tin.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We love that.
Was I just lucky?
What?
No, you weren't just lucky.
Who's lucky? What's going on here?
Greg wants to know if he's just lucky finding gold with tin. Not at all.
No.
They exist side by side, that's fine. Good on you. Is it true you can't high bank in New South Wales? I believe they're taking away the power equipment.
Yes,
And
that's
there's a
correct.
big hoo-ha going on in New South Wales.
There is a hoo-ha.
It's the government just stopped, the fun police are at it.
I do think that they've opened up a.
Oh, have they?
I have to check this, but I think they've declared an area, a council area, a
The high banking area.
fossicking area,
And you can use it with power equipment.
and I think so.
Well,
But
yeah.
that only came out in the last day.
If you look
so
at,
I haven't had a chance to have a look at it.
Okay, dredging, you can't dredge it. I think I might be wrong, but I think it's true that the only state in Australia where you can dredge for gold is WA, where there's no,
No water.
So that's just what the government does to us. There's a big problem in New South Wales at the moment. I know they're fighting it, the Prospecting Association, and that includes electric. You can't even use an electric pump in a creek to feed your high banker.
No. It's like Queensland.
Same as Queensland.
Yeah.
It's all about polluting with your tailings, the creek.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Then again, I mean, they hydraulically sluiced parts of New South Wales in the 1890s and just sent whole mountains down the river.
Yeah.
You can't do that now.
Yeah.
But for recreational prospectors, it's a pretty tough call actually. So those blokes using high bankers down there, you can't get water pressure to your spray bar.
No. And your bucket. And when I was talking about hydraulically mining, I saw a video a couple of weeks ago about in PNG where literally there's 20 blokes just hosing down a mountain
Yeah.
with big fire pumps. It runs down and they collect it all and
Yeah.
run it through sluices. Unbelievable
Yeah.
to see, but geez, it buggers
If you
me
want to
out.
see a bit of ground that's been used, what do they call them, monitors, those big cannon, they were
Yeah,
the water cannon.
that's what they're using, yeah. Those-
Go to Coimbra in New South Wales, like that's the only Australian goldfield above the snow line. I think they discovered that in 1890. It's all national park now. There's some ruins there. It's a nice spot. You can't. I mean, in winter, the Snowy Mountains Highway goes through it. They hit that with the big monitors back in the 1890s, and they just tore the mountains down.
Yeah.
And there's not a drop of where they were mined. There's not a drop of vegetation because it's down to granite bedrock.
Yeah.
There's not a cobble. There's not a stone. There's not a piece of soil left. It's just all gone.
Yeah.
And that all went down the Snowy and into the Murray
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
But that's absolutely just destroyed the country.
Oh, it just ruins
Yeah.
it, yeah.
I get where they're going with the environmental issues.
Yeah, yeah.
But there were no environmental problems in 1890.
No.
Oh, thanks, Nicole. Thanks for joining us. Dinner at your local.
Hey, Nicole, are we live at a pub somewhere, are we?
Terry said take your hat off. You haven't got one on.
No, I like to leave mine on. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't want to look better than Ben.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Put me to shame. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nicole, we're actually. I'm glad you've just tuned in. We actually had a bit of a technical issue, so we're going to go to about for another half hour if you're
Oh, that's cool.
available for another half hour. So we'll make it a super long one. So I'm glad you've just joined in. So.
Yeah, look, thanks everyone for this is Ben initiated this Friday Night Live idea. I think it's a great idea for the detecting community. We're getting a lot of good questions about all different brands. It's great.
Yep.
And I think that's what we picked. That day we had at Warwick was awesome. We'd love to take that on the road and just meet other people who love metal detecting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that it can be a bit political.
Yeah.
Which brand to buy. And
That's
what,
right.
You know.
And it's just Ford and Oldham. It doesn't matter what a bloke drives or what he wants to, what he can afford.
It's just what's under his hat that matters.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Exactly. Okay, what do you think of the Garrett AT Pro? Troy says. Well, I've used one for many, many years.
Yeah.
I've found that much stuff with it. Garrett AT Pro is one of the best relic machines you can buy.
Absolutely.
You can ground balance it. Collins Van Gold with it. that's a whole other story because I found 2 bullets next to the nugget and I missed the gold.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But would you buy? Okay, so would you buy an AT Pro now against an AT Max?
this is the thing about Max.
200 Golf Hero.
Yeah, that's right. So
Because
Max is the big brother of Pro.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of. You'd have to call it an upgraded Pro, I suppose. It's a different frequency, but it's got so many more features. And one of the tiny features that I really enjoyed using for the first time is the backlight. I was over on Morton Island detecting at night. It's just fantastic.
Oh.
And it doesn't make any difference to battery life.
No.
And
why didn't they put one in it
I know.
to start with?
And it's got a volume control. Now the Pro hasn't got. The Pro's not too bad, but it hasn't got a volume control. Max has got the volume control. It's got the Z-Link wireless headphone system. You might not want to use headphones all the time.
And it's a killer machine at
It's
the
just
golf
fantastic,
field.
and it
Where
really
the
is
Pro doesn't do that.
a super versatile machine.
Yeah.
From the beach to the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Pulse will do that too, but you haven't got any of those discrimination qualities. You know what I mean? What's this? Another comment?
Nicole's just said, she said, oh, another half an hour, Brett's going to be sloshed.
Yeah. Keep at it. It's just slow up, Brett.
Hey, and we never got a cricket score either.
Yeah, no one's got a cricket score.
Yeah, we're pretty upset.
Someone put the tally on.
Yeah.
It's probably more entertaining than this.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Okay. So,
Is anyone actually watching this?
yeah, no, there's 30 people on.
That's good.
Yeah. Do you find, who's got that question? It's scrolling around here. Do you find much pipe clay up in Queensland to detect gold?
Pipe clay and that's kaolin.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some big kaolin shows up on the Cape,
Yeah.
and they are near goldfields. I've never found. If you're talking, I've found actually scenes of pipe clay in suburban Cairns.
Have you?
Yeah, it's just pure kaolin, because that country up there is pretty new geologically. I've never found gold in pipe clay, but I know there's some really big china clay deposits, and I assume that's what you're talking about. Pipe clay is china clay, kaolin, on the west side of the Cape. There's a couple of really big shows, but I think they're abandoned now.
Yeah.
But there's gold in that, like the Wenlock Goldfields, not far from there on the Wenlock River. It's just it's obviously alluvial deposit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't directly associate it necessarily with gold, but there's nothing to say it wouldn't be with gold.
And you find the gold's, well, alluvial gold tends to sit with the clay, but that's only because it's sort of shedded there.
That's
I don't
true.
think it's
What I will say
formed
about
with the
that
clay.
is, one of the, I don't know if you've ever seen the videos I've made with that little gold cradle I got. One of the
rocker
biggest,
box.
yeah, the rocker box. One of the biggest days we ever had with that was up in the Hodgkinson. This is a clay-related matter. Just in a creek, we got, I think it was about 40 or more fine gold pieces, but some were as big as rice grains, like really nice pickers, in a creek, in a clay layer that wasn't the bottom. There was a false bottom.
Yeah.
So you had the bedrock was, 500 or 600 below this, and there's this blue, gluey clay. It was just like chewing gum.
Yep.
And all the gold was stuck in this clay. So we were working that with our fingers to break it up, to put it through the rocker box. And in a pan, you had to actually really work it hard.
Yeah.
None of the gold got to the bedrock. It was all stuck in this clay. So pipe clay is a really plastic clay. It's very highly plastic. So when it's wet, it's like chewing gum. So if there's any gold around it, it would not. It'll be in the pipe clay if there's a pipe clay layer in the creek. I guess that's sort of answered that question, I guess.
Yeah. Someone's interested in your shirt, Warren. The one you've got on.
Oh yeah. What am I looking over there?
And Brian's sort of asking just about you and what you and Colleen do. So you've got a YouTube channel, haven't you?
Yeah, a YouTube channel, NQ Explorers, relic hunting and prospecting. We use Garrett machines in all our videos, only because we've had Garretts for the last nearly 40 years, just with brand royal.
Yeah.
So we've done many thousands of hours in the bush on relics and gold.
Yeah.
And part of the experience is just going to the bush.
Yeah.
It's not so much finding things and then you find something that's even better though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what we're about. We're about that's what we do all the time.
Yeah. And just for those who don't know me, I'm Ben from Gold Diggers. We've got a shop here in Brisbane, but we've got a YouTube channel and we do this every Friday night. Such an amazing thing we do every Friday night. Well,
Yeah.
Warren's not here every Friday night, but you're stuck with me.
You got the Christmas episode coming up next week, have you?
Yes, I've even got a hat.
Oh, okay.
Are you coming along to wear the hat? I've got
As long as
it.
is it camo?
Yeah, oh, sort of. Here it is. Here.
Oh, that's nice.
How about that?
It's a bit effeminate. But anyway, yeah, look, we might put that on
Yeah.
for the Christmas episode.
The Christmas episode. I tell you what, I hope it's 10 degrees cooler.
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
Warm
here.
in the.
I don't know where you're watching, but it's pretty warm in Brisbane tonight.
Yeah, it is warm in Brizzy. So, yes. So Trisha is saying the cricket score, Australia won by an innings and 18 runs. Well, I can't believe that.
Hang on a minute. Which test? When? Which test match was that?
I don't think it's this one that's playing.
We're talking about Perth.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I don't
that
think
one while I was driving over here. Okay, all right, g'day Greg, thanks for tuning in and I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg, this is the same Greg. What would be the best thing you've dug other than gold? Well, I'll ask you that. What's your best
I do a
thing?
lot of gold. So,
Ben's never dug a relic, I don't know.
No.
He throws relics over his shoulder.
yeah. That's getting in the road of the thingo. But, I mean, I found some really nice tobacco tins that I've got at home. I don't really, I can tell you about every nugget. That
Yeah,
I
and
found.
remember the day you found it, where you found it.
Exactly. But that penny from 1940 something, it's in a tin at home
Yeah.
somewhere in the shed, like us,
Well, I'd say the best. We've dug. I couldn't start where to begin with that, but some of the Chinese relics. I really love the history of the gold rush, and you get into these old Chinese camps, and a few years back, Colin and I found what we believe to be an old opium den.
Yep.
We found opium implements. I've actually found an opium poppy, dried opium leaf, and opium poppy in.
Bet you that was a good day.
Oh, it was a good day. I've still got it. I've got it. I don't know, can you own opium? You're allowed to have opium in your home?
Well,
I shouldn't be saying. It's just going out there.
Yeah.
No, but,
We'll keep it just between you and I.
There was a little a brass tube on a chain that the Chinese would, they put a little hit of opium in their pipe. Yeah. And this, I actually found a brass tube with the chain, and it had a dried opium poppy head in it, and opium leaf rolled up.
Yeah.
Now that had been in the ground in a dry granitic soil in the goldfields for 140 years before it. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He probably got shot there. I've found a lot of bullets, so they probably shot him or something. All the stuff that you see in the goldfields, but. We found an opium den. We were finding opium pipes, opium implements, that kind of thing, like the bone handle opium pipes.
Yep.
I love that sort of history. And Chinese coins. Actually, up in the Palmer, I found a 2 cash coin, a big, very primitively cast brass coin, a big one, and the emperor date was AD 1068 or something. So that coin, 900 years old.
Yep.
And I found it in the bush in the Palmer River.
Yep.
So that coin had been in circulation in China for 850 years before it was even. Unbelievable bit of history.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, gold nuggets are great, but they're a piece of metal in the end.
Yeah,
they're a nice piece of metal.
Yeah, they are a nice piece of metal.
But
I've got a coin out there. I've got one of my customers. He bought a machine off us, and he took it to Europe, and he bought me back a Roman coin.
oh, okay.
It's got some age about it.
I reckon.
Yeah, so
Those Romans didn't make it to Australia though.
no, well, it is now. If I
It
drop,
is.
imagine if
Go
I
and drop it
drop
in
it
a park.
in a park and
Yeah.
someone finds it.
It's like someone's going to dig up a heap of Russian coins, Jura coins.
I don't know anything about that.
No. The Soviet Union too, I might add. Oh, I love the shirt with the Eureka flag.
Yes.
Bit of a rebel there.
Actually, we should do a night just on a bit of the history of that overall history,
Yeah.
where it's where the Eureka flag came from.
That's a
and,
fantastic story.
yeah.
Australian history is fantastic. People say we've got no history.
Yeah.
There's so much history.
Yeah.
Oh, Xterra 705.
We've had another, Geordie's asked another
about
question about that 705.
Good VLF metal detector.
Yep, good VLF metal detector.
Oh, Terry's almost dropped his mate's dead nugget down the sink. I've nearly done that, cleaning gold nuggets.
Yeah.
That's where they have S-bends in sinks. You end up under the sink, getting the nugget back out.
Yeah. Yep.
Ronald loves the show. Thanks, Ronald.
Yep. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks for sitting through the technical issues.
Yes. So Jeremy comes on here. He's bought a Max. He said it's well worth spending the extra money
Oh.
for the Max.
Yep.
He loves his Max. So
No, it's a lovely, it's a nice company. Like now, Garrett's got the 3 Ace machines.
Yeah.
They've got the 3 AT, the black machines.
yeah,
Gold Pro and Max.
yeah,
Max kind of combines the two others into
Yeah.
one fantastic package with extra stuff in it.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's only a couple $100 more.
yeah. So
Oh, Tricia wants to know, do you have these clothes at the shed? Only if we're in the shop, standing in the clothes.
yes.
Now, this one's a 511 shirt.
Yep.
What's that one? King G.
Yeah. This is just King D shirt with some badges on it. But Warren and I could be models.
We could.
We could.
We could.
do a fashion show.
This will be coming to you from Hollywood in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely, yeah. The streets of Milan.
Yeah, Tahiti, we're going to Tahiti.
You're stuck on Tahiti, aren't you?
I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah. So Greg found a 1901 agricultural medallion. You've come across agricultural medallion?
You're from I haven't personally, but yeah, that's a nice, good find.
It's on the Palmer.
Okay. Oh, the Palmer's just relics on the Palmer.
Yeah.
I mean, the Palmer's it's a funny place because you're not allowed into most of it.
And look at this, he's put here, and a 1/4 ounce nugget beside it.
Oh,
You found a nugget. You found a nugget in this piece of trash next to it.
Oh, I would have said you found a great relic and there's a lump of metal next to it. Actually, I heard this. I think might have been a couple of years ago. It wasn't last year, but I heard 3 American, and this drives the American guys mad. 3 American silver dollars come out of the Palmer.
Yeah.
And they're all dated 1875. And if you've ever seen American silver dollar, it's a massive chunk of it. It's like our old crown.
Yeah.
3 silver dollars someone found in the Palmer.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
In the middle, like I told my mates at Garrett, they just couldn't believe it. Like, they go their whole lives and never find a silver dollar.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny about relics, because we tend to find a lot more silver in Australia than the Americans do.
Yeah.
I don't know what's with that,
Yeah. I don't know.
because there's a lot of Americans,
Yeah, there is a lot.
but we had a lot of silver.
Yeah.
A lot of silver.
Yep. So, someone wants us to get our gear off. I don't think that's a pleasant part of the show.
Male or female?
Female. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't even, you're not contemplating it, are you?
No.
Brian's closing it down there.
Hey? Brian shut it down, has he?
Come down, Tricia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's pretty exciting stuff. I know
Oh,
that.
it's
It is.
riveting, isn't it?
It is.
It's riveting, yes.
It is. I reckon no one's watching Netflix at the moment.
No. Well, these 30 people.
30 people aren't watching Netflix tonight. Yeah.
Ever found a sovereign?
I haven't, but Colleen has. She found a gold half sovereign. I reckon I found that, but I didn't dig it up. That's my story.
This seems like,
It was a 50, was it 58? A Target ID on a Pro.
Yep.
And I wasn't digging 58s that day. I probably saw it and just walked over it.
Yeah.
But we were in.
Were you digging all high numbers, were you?
Yeah, I just dig. Well, there were so many. I was getting Rising Suns and coins, all over the place. It was like army camp, and I was digging the 70s and 80s. Colleen's in all metal mode on an AT gold, and she gets a gold sovereign, so that's a lesson to be learnt, which I haven't learnt. But so she's about 10 metres away, and she yells out, and I said, "Oh, I thought she'd been bitten by a snake," because we're in the middle of nowhere. I said, "What's the problem?" She said, "As a gold sovereign got." I think you said something like, would I find a gold sovereign? And I said, no, you won't find a gold sovereign, it's just a World War II camp. She said, this is gold and it's got St George and the Dragon on it. I said, hang on, what's going on here? And sure enough, when you see a gold coin come out of the ground, it's like gold's nuggets are nice, but when you see a gold 22 gold coin, absolutely beautiful. Yeah. And that's one of that Petrucci design, I think it is, with the St George slaying the dragon. It's one of those beautiful designs. Because it doesn't say on it what it is. That's what I love about the sovereigns, or the old Australian sovereigns do, but it's an imperial sovereign. Just St George and the Dragon on one side, and on the other side it was an Edward VII, I think 1910 one or something. By the way, Colleen's here on the side feeding his comments.
Yeah. Greg's got a question here about...
Sorry, keep up. Good evening, Kelly.
Greg's got a question here, metal detector to get my 12-year-old son.
This is better than Netflix.
Oh, is it better than Netflix? Oh, Kerry.
It is better than Netflix.
Kerry, that's a fantastic
Lovely
thing.
shirts.
Yep. So, Kelly, before that, I've got a DVD here
Oh, it's a giveaway.
I'll contact you after the show and I'll send you out a DVD since you think we're better than Netflix.
Yeah.
I know you're lying to us, but thank you.
I don't know. I'd like to see Netflix's viewership tonight's probably less than what we're getting. I don't know.
So anyway, Greg's asking
Greg.
about the best metal detector for a 12-year-old son. His 12-year-old son. Now Aces are probably in the thing.
That little bounty hunter, yeah.
That little bounty hunter's a great machine. It's a junior machine.
With the emojis, I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah,
For metal detector.
$179. Nice, good value thing. So
Oh, a 12-year-old's pretty tall. He might be a bit small.
might be a bit small for him, but you know, it's that's what I would suggest. Don't get a big machine. Just get a machine that
Don't buy the
suits him.
pulse induction metal detector.
Simple machine.
Yeah. I reckon an Ace 200 or 300.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, they're not toys. They're very high. The thing about the Garrett Ace machines, they are the yellow ones.
Yep.
They are the world's biggest selling metal detector by a country mile.
Yep.
Europe and the US just
Oh.
thousands and thousands
Well,
and thousands.
the 250
Yeah.
was the biggest metal detector in the world.
The world's ever seen.
Yeah.
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 Very good value for money, not toys. Beautifully engineered and very solid. They last for years.
Yeah.
And you get a 2-year warranty with it.
Yeah.
If you buy a new one.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't have, we never have any
warranty
problems
issues
with them,
pretty
sort of
rare.
thing. So
Yeah.
yeah. We found the first problem with the Max today, faulty coil. I think.
Oh,
it's-
really?
Yeah, we had a faulty coil on a
Oh,
Max.
that's a coil issue. Yeah. Okay.
And talking to Garrett, that's the first ever issue they've had with Maxes in
Okay.
months.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just they're such a strong machine. So.
Okay, so Victor says thanks and Merry Christmas. That's Merry Christmas. to
Merry
everyone.
Christmas. Yes, we haven't said Merry Christmas
No,
to
we haven't.
too many people
Not very
yet.
festive.
Yes, Warren won't wear the hat.
Yeah.
We need the hat going.
That's next week's hat.
Next week's hat, yes. So, yeah, so we're getting on here. Right, what else have we got here? Victor loves the show. Thanks very much, Victor. Brian's off to Maryborough on Monday. That'll be a good trip. Pretty warm down there, though.
Maryborough, Victoria, not Maryborough,
I
Queensland.
think Victoria.
Maryborough, well, good on you, mate. You'll be on the gold there.
I think it was really hot down in
Oh, was it?
Victoria through the week.
Yeah.
So, but Tony's found the plan to a bunker. Well,
Ooh.
some of those bunkers, the stories floating around in those bunkers, still sitting around.
Spitfires and Harleys and all sorts
All
of stuff in
sorts
those
of
bunkers.
stuff. Yeah, if you need a hand, Tony.
Yeah. I had a couple talk to me when I was in Gunnedah last year, and they reckon their uncle, or the fellow's uncle, buried a Gatling gun
Oh, really?
on
yeah.
his property.
Yep.
He wanted to go and find this Gatling gun. I'd be keen to dig that up.
Yeah. And then what? And then test fire it.
Yeah, and test fire it. Sure it'll work.
Yeah. Brian's actually going to Maryborough in Queensland.
Maryborough, Queensland.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
hit the beach.
Yeah. So, yeah, David, we plan to do every Friday night in 2018. Well, I do. That may change depending on what happens, but some of them will be from here in the studio, which we can put up the computer behind us and pictures and all that sort of stuff. But some will be just from a phone when we're out in the field
trip,
and
yeah, or on a couple of week prospecting trip or something.
yeah, or holidays down the. I might actually have a holiday at some stage, but
Yeah.
I know there's a WA trip coming up. There's a number of things we got planned for next year, and we'll try and go live from there.
Yeah, from the field.
So
Where we got reception.
yeah. So the idea on this WA trip is I might actually take everyone with us on that trip. So it'll be
Like a virtual WA
a
trip.
virtual WA trip. So you'll be getting on the plane with me and doing all that stuff and driving there and
Going to the pub.
going early on in the pub. But yeah, if we've got reception, we'll even take you out in the field and do some live digs, actually live on Facebook,
Yeah.
digging the hole.
Depends where we are, because there
Yeah.
are a lot of areas you can get where there is reception. Yeah.
Yeah, so
WA.
if people are interested in that, we'll try and do that. But yeah,
Like a
it's-
virtual trip, virtual tour.
Yeah, yep. So, yeah. So that might be a bit of fun for people
Yeah.
because a WA trip might be out of reach for a lot of people, sort of
Oh,
thing.
absolutely.
And you know, just
Well,
you
there are a
know,
lot of people, that particularly I know that watch Colin and my videos that can't get out of the house anymore
Yeah.
even and just
Yeah.
enjoy watching metal detecting videos.
exactly, yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's good fun. You know, watching things on YouTube and making it an experience or you know, a bit of an adventure if you like. So what we once the live feed's finished, you can keep commenting if you want anything Ben to cover next week.
Absolutely.
As a topic.
Yep. We'll do that.
We can make it the theme of the show or whatever.
Yep. And yes, so we're getting close to 9 o'clock, so we might call it Stumps there. Speaking of Stumps, Australia's 3 for 203 at Stumps.
Okay.
That sounds better
Yeah,
than
that's better than the first result.
first result, yes.
Well, the first result was a really good result.
Yeah,
but
exactly, yeah. Yes, so thanks very much for
Yeah.
coming along, and
Thanks,
thanks
everyone.
for coming along, Warren.
No, it's good,
And
great.
putting the effort in
Lot
on a
of fun.
Friday night.
Yep.
And next week we'll be here, and we'll pick up a subject, and I'm going to try and go 1 week without a technical issue.
It's a challenge.
It's proved to be a challenge
Yeah.
so far, but
There's a lot of gear here.
there is a lot of gear
A
here.
lot of stuff can go wrong.
After that, though, I'll be a bit mobile, so I'll be on the phone back to the first 2 or 3.
Yep.
We'll still have it, but
Oh, yeah, and you've got some other people lined up to pop in and have a bit of a chat.
absolutely. In the new year, we're going to start sort of inviting a few different people
Yeah.
on. I know there's a number of people pretty keen to come on, but it's just a matter of organising. I want this technology right
Yeah.
before we try and do anything else. So, okay.
Righto.
So thank you very much, everyone.
Yep.
And yeah, keep asking questions. We'll answer them in the
Yeah.
in the comments. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
See you next week.